Hey guys, welcome back. Today we discuss The Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 8, Chapter 16, The Rescue. The scene opens with Mando and crew descending upon the Imperial ship carrying Dr. Pershing, who is able to confirm that Grogu is still alive. After a brief confrontation during which the surviving pilot, an Imperial loyalist and former clone manufacturer, provokes Cara Dune to shoot him dead on, the team takes over the ship and makes a quick stop to pick up Bo-Katan. Initially, Bo-Katan and her sidekick Kosa Reeves are hesitant to join Mando's cause. I guess they forgot that he literally just helped them take a ship, as well as her own mission to recover the Darksaber from Gideon. During the discussion, Koska basically picks a fight with Fett, and somehow is winning. I'm assuming that it's either because of his old age, or he's just holding back. Either way, Bo-Katan agrees to help after Mando promises her the ship, the Darksaber, and that he'll reconsider joining her in her effort to reclaim their home planet. All I could think though was, where's the guy who was with them? Did I miss something? Did he die in the last mission? Anywho, Pershing reveals the layout of Gideon's ship, the true nature of the Dark Troopers, namely that they aren't humans but droids, and that there's a time frame for how long it takes to power them up, adding a bit to the stakes. They implement a plan whereby the ship feigns desperation in order to board with Fett in pursuit. Gideon is reluctant to let them aboard, deploying TIE fighters instead, but they land anyway, and the girls begin taking out pretty much all the stormtroopers on their way to the bridge, because stormtroopers aren't a threat at all in this universe. Meanwhile, Mando goes for the child. Just as Mando is making his way through the halls, he notices that the Dark Troopers have been deployed. He manages to lock out all but one that would have easily beaten him to death but for his Beskar armor and staff that he uses to finally take it down. He then opens the airlock and sends the rest to space. Once Mando reaches the child's room, he finds Gideon holding the Darksaber above the tiny little head. His monologue here reveals that he knows pretty much everything, who Mando and the crew are, why they're there, and even a bit about his own plan is revealed, saying he's already gotten the child's blood. He offers Mando the child in exchange for his freedom and the Darksaber, to which Mando agrees because he could care less about either. Of course, this was a dumb move from them both. Gideon really should have just let him take the child and go, and Mando should not have turned his back to a villain with a saber. Gideon predictably attacks and the two battle it out, again showing off the power of this blade as well as the power and strength of the Beskar. Ultimately, Gideon is defeated and brought to the bridge shackled, Mando holding the baby and the blade. The image rattles Bo-Katan, who, contrary to what we've seen in Mandalorian culture before in the animated series, for some reason now believes she has to battle Mando for the right to claim it, as he did with Gideon, per Gideon's exposition dump. Again, this is contrary to Disney Star Wars' own established lore, as she's taken it from a friend before with no issue at all. So yeah, I don't know what's going on here. This is ridiculous. Anyway, the Dark Troopers return because they fly, and once inside they get closer and closer to ramming open the doors and murdering everyone inside, besides Gideon and the child, of course. And it's at this moment that an X-Wing suddenly boards the ship, and a hooded figure with a green lightsaber exits and begins taking them out. It's someone the child responds strongly to, as if he can sense who it is. Now, initially I thought this was the X-Wing space cops we saw before. Then, when I saw the hood, I thought Ahsoka, even though that wouldn't really have made much sense. And I saw the green saber, and I don't know what happened at that point. An overwhelming sense of disbelief and dread. I never wanted to see Luke in the series. I thought it would be a disaster, like the sequel trilogies. I couldn't imagine what it would even be like. And then, there he was. And I was speechless. I know people are complaining about the CGI and a host of other things, but none of that bothered me because the way Luke was presented here was in every way what I wanted to see again someday. And then when he calls for Grogu, in that moment, my heart broke for Mando, who clearly didn't want to let him go. At first he said the child didn't want to go, but Luke explained that he's just waiting for permission, which is then granted after Luke explains the importance of training and how it's the only way he'll ever be safe. Mando holds the child in his arms, promises that they'll see each other again, and even removes his helmet as Grogu touches his face, and the two say their goodbyes. And I love how R2-D2 makes an appearance in this moment, easing the tension and entertaining and calming the child. Luke picks him up and says, "May the Force be with you," as they depart. I'm not going to say this was the best episode in the series. I don't think it was. Ahsoka's still ranks higher for me, but this was the best scene by far, to the point where hours later I was still shaken up about it. Luke's presence was communicated so incredibly well. His skill, his wisdom, his care and concern and compassion. This wasn't Jake Skywalker. I don't know how this leads to that in the sequel trilogy, but in this moment, this character felt more familiar than anything in that dumpster fire. I'm still worried about where they're going to go from here, what they have planned, but for now, I'm enjoying this. And I hope you are too. But hey, those are my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.